A very good evening to you, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Kuwait Pilot channel. It is 1700 Zulu, 2000 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. Today, we are going to be taking a look at an aircraft that is very dear to our hearts and has been absent from the X-plane scene for quite some time. No other than the FlyJSim Boeing 737-200. And this is version 4, a new and improved version of the aircraft. I was going to fly United livery, but then I thought, let's actually take a look at the Southwest livery because it's actually quite nice. And the retro livery of Southwest looks really, really cool on the 732. Now, I have had access to this aircraft for a few days, courtesy of FlyJSim himself. So thank you very much, Jack, for providing the channel with a chance and the opportunity to showcase this to the community right before its release. This aircraft is one of the most iconic, not just in real life, but I think in X-plane. It is one of the very best aircraft to hand fly. It was the aircraft I learned VOR to VOR navigation with, and we're going to take a look at all the new enhancements and the new features that FlyJSim has brought into this aircraft. But first, let me say hello to all of you. Sorek75, welcome aboard. Stan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Fabi1006, welcome. Dougal McTavish, very nice to see you on stream, my friend. I hope you are well. Train Simmer 1967, welcome aboard from Stuttgart, right? Yeah, Germany, welcome aboard. And we have also Volatile. Oh, there is Jack himself. FlyJSim, welcome. Jack, glad to have you here with us. So, we are currently, let me just very quickly give you a brief of our flight. So, we are going to do a classic route today from San Francisco to Los Angeles during our flight today. And we're going to be cruising at 33,000 feet. It should be a nice scenic flight around the mountainous terrain here in California, starting from San Francisco all the way here on the coast to the west coast and flying over the San Joaquin Valley, heading over to the Los Angeles area, and then we're going to be landing runway 25 left. Now, first, let's actually take a look at let me go back here to the cockpit and let's take a look at this is just, I really love the 737 cockpit. And as you can see, there are several visual improvements to the cockpit. Looks sharper, without a doubt. The texturing looks very, very nice. And the first thing that will, draw your attention is that we actually now have a proper INS device here, and you have also the weather and terrain, the PFD, I believe, or MFD. So new additions there with the 7.3 version 4, and there is also something that is not immediately visible to the eye, which is if you go here to the options, you can, by the way, flick the time, local time. You can enable the callouts, HF wire, high frequency wire, the weight display, imperial. Obviously, we are in the States. Cockpit window, you can set that to dirty. And here, let me just show you here. So this is the cleaning the dirt up there. This is clean and this is dirty. And then notifications enabled. Gravel kit is something new that we have now. If you click here and you go to the outside, what you will notice is a couple of things. You see this guard here on the engines. So this, I suppose that it prevents the gravel from entering the engine. And you'll see also that there is something here on the wheels as well. I think this is to prevent the gravel from flying off the wheels and hitting the wings. So it kind of just, makes sure that it stays. What did I do here? It makes sure that it stays on ground. It's very, very Very nice, and it looks exactly like the real aircraft, by the way. The ones that are the 732s that are fitted with the gravel kit. So let me hop back into the cockpit here. And of course, you've got the biggest change that you have is the Sperry 77 Autopilot, which comes now in 2 modes. It comes in a assisted mode, and it comes in an authentic mode. Well, let me just very quickly explain to you the difference, and it is quite different when you fly the aircraft. With the assisted mode, as we have here, you'll see that you have an IAS mode here, but if I remove that, you'll see this is authentic. Now, this is the actual Sperry 77, and you'll see that you have turb now, so it's a little bit different. With the assisted mode, the aircraft will do an auto hold and will hold the IAS for you, so you don't have to worry about that. A little bit, you know, kind of cutting corners if it's too difficult for you to, you know, to manage the aircraft. But I think this is good for somebody learning the aircraft. I think a lot of us will probably appreciate the authenticity of the autopilot. We're gonna fly with the authentic autopilot today, so I can do all the mistakes and Jack can correct me. And of course, hopefully it will be a good learning experience for all of us here. And I'm very happy that Jack is with us today as well, so he can address the community and any questions that you guys might have. Also, you can have the auto dim panel lights. You can enable those. You can do the GPU and air cart here as well. So what we're going to do here, folks, is we're going to set up the aircraft. So first, we're going to make sure that all the switches are off. We're going to make sure that all circuit breakers are in. They are, by the way, visually modeled, but they are not functional. Actually, let me show you quickly the cabin, because I know a lot of you guys like the cabin. So this is the classic 737 cabin. I think it has received a little bit of an improvement as well in terms of the visuals. I do like those economy seats. I think they look very nice. And the overall cabin, I think, looks very good in terms of the texturing. So no complaints there. Again, for me, I don't really mind, you know, the passenger cabin, not very important for me. But for those of you who, you know, who like passenger cabins, definitely there is one. And I think it's quite nicely modeled as well. So let's hop back into the cockpit here. So the circuit breakers are good. The landing gear lever is down, and we're going to head over here to the overhead panel. Now we can connect the ground power unit from the menu here. So let me go to options, and let's connect the GPU card. Okay, so that will give us, you know, will give us power to the aircraft. So we're going to go and click on ground power. We need the battery on. There we go. There we go. All right, so now we have the aircraft powered up. We're going to move from top to bottom, left to right. First thing, we'll leave the yaw damper for the time being. We're going to come down here, turn the aft left fuel pump, and then we're going to come down here, galley power on. And let's see, everything here stays as it is. The light here, we don't need anything here. We're going to turn on the emergency lights on and fasten seatbelt sign to auto. Actually, put it on. And non-smoking and fasten seatbelt both on. Okay, you do have the attendant button. It doesn't work like the previous version. And you have the ground call, which also doesn't... I think in the previous version, when you hit the ground call, it opens the window for the doors, something like that, if I recall correctly. Okay, so window heat can go on, and then we're going to turn on the electrical systems for our hydraulic pumps. We're going to test the cockpit. By the way, this works, so let me just see my microphone monitor. All right, so that works. And the alt horn cutout, we don't need that now. We're going to come up here and let's see here. What do we have here? This is on auto. We'll leave that. The fan is on. We're going to test the overheat test. That you need to turn these on in order to test that. So we'll leave the packs off. And we're going to turn off the engine bleeds, turn the APU bleed. I believe our final cruise altitude is 33,000 feet. So let's see. Always a dirty bird for me. Yeah, Dougal. Likewise, same here. Okay, so yeah, 33,000 feet. So that is already set. Position lights, steady. And we have everything here. Okay, good. All right, so let's come here and start setting up our autopilot, our UNS-1. So we're going to turn the units on, and if you're familiar with the Dash 8 Q400 from FlyJSim, this is going to be quite an easy ride for you to set it up. So we're going to bring this up, and then I really like that you can make it big like that. That is very, very cool. And we're going to bring up Navigraph charts. We're going to put Navigraph charts here on the side. Okay, and we'll just wait for this. Again, realistic simulation of the UNS device. This is how it actually starts in real world. And of course, copyright 2024. Amy, she is the engineer behind a lot of the aircraft systems, including the UNS. So we're going to say accept. And then now what we need to do is we need to, I don't know why in this version, maybe because this is a pre-release version, we still have to come here to set the weight and balance. So we are going to come here and do that. We are going to come here. We're going to take the full payload 29.7. So we're going to come here and say 29, actually, let's just go 30,000. All right, 30,000. And for the fuel, very important, I put Jack and Amy into agony last night because I did not set this up. And then the aircraft started veering to the right. And finally, Jack saved the day. So thank you, Jack, for that. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to put the fuel. The fuel is going to be 15.8. We're going to approximate that to 16,000 pounds of fuel. So 16,000. Okay, so we don't have still any fuel in the center tank, but that's sufficient for sufficient for our flight to Los Angeles. Okay, so we've set that up. Okay, perfect. So first, let's go to the flight plan, and we are going to move this up here so you guys can follow along. This is our flight plan. So we are at San Francisco. We're going to click on menu, depart. We are departing runway 28 left, which is number 7. So click that, and the SID is the Westla 5, which is number 9. So enter that, and then it's going to be through the Wyong, which is number 5. So we enter that, enter, and flight plan. Now we have everything here. Just like, you know, the INS for the Dash 8, exactly the same. Okay, perfect. Now we can go to the next waypoint, which is direct to LAX. So we're going to click here and go LAX and enter that and accept. And then finally, it is our destination. So KLAX, Los Angeles International. And we're going to select Los Angeles, go to menu, select arrive. There is no star, so we are just going to select the runway. The runway is 25 left. Next here, 25 left is number 7. All right, so there's no star, so you just hit enter. And then the approach is number 1, which is the ILS 25 left. So that's number 1. Enter that. And then we need to select the transition. So for 25 left, let's go to the approach and take a look here at 25 left. That's 25 left. Okay, let's take a look here. All right, so we can actually go all the way to either Cebu or Circus or Kirkus. All right, we have Clupper. Let's see if there is something closer. That's Clupper. We don't want that one. So we actually will select number 2. We can always fly direct later, so enter that, and FPL. Now we need to just make sure there are no discontinuities. Looks like there's one, so we're going to delete that one, and then we're going next, and that's the rest of the flight plan. So everything here looks good, and we'll click here. Right, perfect. Now we need to enter the fuel information. So for that, I like to do the following. I like to go to the V card and set this to flaps 5. Now you'll have the information here, and just like the Dash 8, you can either enter the passenger, the cargo, and it will automatically calculate the zero fuel weight and the gross weight for you, or you just enter the zero fuel weight and it will estimate all of these, so you don't need to enter any of these. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to enter a zero fuel weight of 97331. So we're going to click here, 97331, and enter that, and then fuel on board is going to be 16,000, so 16,000, enter that, and now we have the gross weight and everything is ready to go. One thing, if you want to change the FMS, you can come here to UNS-1 and config module, and here you can change the weight units to pounds and save to FMS. We'll take, all right, we'll just leave it. I'm not gonna mess around with it because I don't know what would happen if we do that. So we'll just leave it alone. Okay, let's see. We have Mr. Valero. How are you doing, my friend? Cleared for right turns only. Yeah. On WinB Manager with this one, I'm thinking of working on something for the 727 that can be made for the 7. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Can you swap the units out for the SIVA? Let's see here. Actually, I never thought of this. Option here, we can... nav system, there is UNS VOR to VOR. No, so that would be the two options, UNS plus MFD and VOR to VOR. Maybe the INS will come at a later stage. I actually, quite honestly, I prefer the UNS-1 because it allows you to fly SIDS and stars, which is, you know, very, very cool. Okay, so we have everything here. We can actually click here and set the bugs for takeoff. We have everything set here, and we have everything set here. If you go to nav here, all right, so we have VNav. We can program all of this. I'm not sure if the aircraft have these options, but we can. All right. So now that we're done with all of that, let's just do a quick light test. And we're going to come down here, quantity test, here for the fuel. All right, that checks okay, perfect. And then we're going to come down here and set our altitude to 33,000 feet. And you can see on the MFD, you can see the flight plan. The entire route now is already there, so that's cool. All right, let's go to 33,000 feet. Perfect. And I'm good with the UNS, but love the SIVA as well. Yeah, I like the SIVA as well. SIVA only makes scene on cross-ocean flights, 747, 707, or Concorde flights. I didn't know that. Okay. So we're good here. Let's come over here and test the ground proximity warning system. Perfect. All right, so that works okay. And we can also test the amplitude there. That works okay. And the engine oil quantity is also checked. Perfect. So everything is set here. Our radios are fine. Before we start the APU, let's do the tests here. All right, checks okay, and we're going to put this on 2000 and test the cargo fire test as well. All right, and all checks here. Okay, so again, just for completeness sake, we're going to come over here to the overhead panel, and we are going to, by the way, you can actually change this. You can do the flight number and the date, so just you can flip this here up and down, and you can change it. So we're going to do the Mach speed warning test. Flight recorder test is okay, and The stall warning test is fine. Service interphone is on. And there is, by the way, an option that I did not talk about, which is you can have your first officer do the checklist for you. So, and he will actually perform the entire checklist for you. That option, we'll do it on probably release. We'll try to do that on another flight. Okay, so we are good here. Let's go ahead and start the APU. Everything checks okay. And we just hold this down a little bit. And then we'll see the EGT rising. There we go. Now, one thing I noticed at engine start is that the spooling of the engines is so fast, and if you wait until it stabilizes and then try to start the engines, it won't start. I don't know if that's realistic, Jack, or not, but I noticed something a little different. Okay, let's come over here very quickly while the APU is starting and grab our altimeter, 29991. No. That's, I think that's Los Angeles. We want, let me remove that from the view and go to flight. And we want actually San Francisco. So 3002. 3002. And we'll set it as well on the first officer's side, 3002, and voila, we've got it there, and perfect. Now we can take a look here, right? The APU is available, so APU is now, we are on APU. Yes, we are on the APU now, so if we turn that off and go to options and remove the GPU, we still have power, and that's a good sign. Okay, so everything's good here, and we are ready to go. We're going to turn on the fuel pumps, and we're going to turn on the anti-collision light, and we are pretty much ready to go. We're going to make sure that the packs are off for push and start. Let's set the heading to runway heading, which is 25. We need to put this on GPS, and we are at 250. Or is it 28 or 25? 28. All right, 280. Okay, so that is set. Everything is ready to go. So we can now go to plugins. Hopefully that works as it should. Start pushback.
Please show me where you want to go.
All right, well, we're going to put the aircraft right here.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I really love the cockpit of the 732 and the 727 for that matter. I think it looks so nice. Very, very nice indeed. The classic look is always something I appreciate a lot. I like the FlyJSim aircraft. It was one of the dearest to my heart. Both the Dash 8, which is one of my favorites. In fact, maybe it ranks number 2 on my favorite list for X-Plane. But now having the 732 and essentially the 727, that's heaven in X-Plane. Kept X-Plane 11. It's finally time for X-Plane 11 to rest.
All
Yes.
doors and hatches are closed.
Absolutely.
Ready to connect.
This Rosefire 737 overhead panel won't work yet. Oh, really?
Those guys were actually in contact with me to take a look at one of their products. I'm not sure really what happened with them. Now, there's one thing I want to explain before we depart. As per the real-world unit, the INS, the way it works is you no longer select VOR lock and GPS, okay? It doesn't work that way. It actually works, you have to select heading mode here, and then you have to select here, heading select. With the autopilot on, the aircraft will follow the route. So it's a little bit different. We'll take a look at that. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake. And
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
All right, so we may start the engines. All right, we have the APU bleed on. Packs are off. So we're going to come here to ground, and then you can see that the engines are spooling. So we're going to go engine number 2. And yeah, I don't know why it just starts so quickly. So let's just take a look here. Listen to those engine sounds, guys. Gotta love the beacon light as well. Very, very cool aircraft. All right, we don't need the gravel pitch for this flight, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1. And engine number 1 is spooling. Perfect. And engine number 1 coming up. Excellent. It is a beautiful aircraft indeed. Look at that, guys. Wow. The sounds are just amazing. Very, very cool.
Number 4411, make a right turn, taxi Papa Golf and hold short of runway 22 right. Papa Golf for 22 right, number 4411.
Okay, very good. We have everything here ready. We have both engines running. Perfect. So we're going to come here to the overhead panel and put Gen 1, Gen 2, and we're going to turn on the engine bleeds, APU bleed off. Okay, packs, isolation valve on auto. Did that aircraft just go through us? They sure did. All right, packs are on, and pitot static on.
Operation
Yo
complete.
damper
Go ahead and set
on.
the parking brake.
And now we can turn off the APU. Okay, perfect. I think we did that. Yeah. All right. Now, I'm not sure if this goes to low ignition or maybe low ignition. And then when we depart, or maybe flight, I really am not sure. But let's turn on the taxi light. And then let's take a quick look here at the outside. So, they want us to set the parking brake. Okay, there we go.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Wow, look at this aircraft, guys. Look at the beautiful texturing on the 732 with this, golden color as well. Looks really, really good. Look at those engines. Wow. Wow, this is really, really cool. Very, very nice indeed. All right, there we go. By the way, the night lighting as well on the FlyJSim is fantastic. All right, so quick thing here on the MFD, you can click here for weather, and that is going to give you the weather radar. And you can also click on terrain, and you'll have the terrain display. That
we'll see you next time.
is, I think, for TCAS. And then you can switch this as well. You can remove the nav completely for the map. And you can go to the ARC 360. So you have multiple options here for display. We're going to leave this on terrain since it's a mountainous region here. And maybe we'll switch it to weather a little later. But everything's good. Look at the beautiful shadows here. It really shows the beautiful texturing of the cockpit. And you gotta love those analog gauges there on the aircraft. Very, very cool. Okay, so we need to set our flaps. So let's set flaps 5. Okay, let's do that. There you go. You can see the flaps. Very cool. And here's a tower view for you. Look at that, guys. Look at X-Plane. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we are ready to go, and runway 28 is on that side. So if we go here, runway 28 left is right there. So we're just going to make the turn right here and go straight. Are we departing 28 left? We are departing 28 left. Okay, perfect. Parking brake is released. And off we go. just give it a little power here.
Delta 1641 North Tower, 230 Whiskey, line up and wait. 50 right, Whiskey, line up and wait, up to 1641.
Breakout 3468, Tower, wind 22 right at Whiskey, line up and wait, traffic crossing downfield.
This scenery is by Mr. X, short final. Very, very beautiful scenery of San Francisco. Highly recommended. Everything is in HD as well. And for traffic, of course, we are using live traffic. Again, a free plugin, completely free. And with the new update, they added a new source, which actually allows you to get a lot more aircraft into this sim. It makes it extremely busy at large airports like San Francisco. Highly recommended, really. Live traffic is very, very good. But what you're going to see as well at large airports is the lineup of aircraft, because this is actually getting the data from real sources. So this is actually what's happening at this is a light version of what is happening in San Francisco. So all the aircraft that you see are actually there now lining up for departure. But there's a lot more, of course, in real life. I have capped the number of aircraft shown to about 50. So there's, you can see already that there's a lineup of aircraft there getting ready for departure. So it's going to be a little bit of a wait, or we could do the unrealistic thing of going through all these aircraft and heading over to the runway. There is an Alaska airline just taking off. Yeah, definitely a lot of aircraft. All right, so that's 28 left. Everybody's lining up for 28 left. And that's what SimBrief also gave us. So, ask Amy on Discord. Yeah. Q8, was my tip about live traffic helpful? Sorry, which one? I don't recall. My apologies. Was it today or was it some other time? I don't recall. But I always benefit from the community, from your tips. I learn a lot from you guys. This airport's really nice, guys. I mean, look at that. Look at the water body there. It looks very, very nice. Very believable. Very, San Francisco-like. Right, so there is definitely a lot of lineup of aircraft coming in, taking off. Very, very busy day here at San Francisco. There is an Alaska airline just landed here. So both runways are actually very busy, but what we can do, since all of these aircraft looks like they're lining up for 28 right, so I'm going to go ahead and take 28 left so that we can depart without delay. All right, perfect. So there is a 787 right ahead there, United. Wow, lots of very nice liveries as well. Yeah, this one is definitely taking 28 left. So we might want to wait for him to go, and then we'll line up. Yeah, that's the right sequence, but I'm just going to go ahead and, in the interest of time, because I don't want to wait for all of these aircraft. So we're just going to go ahead and fly here. We'll allow this United to take off, and then, all right, so let's turn these on. The strobes are on. We'll wait for this guy to depart, and then we'll be on our way. Okay, perfect. All right, we're not going to let that United, we're just going to go and take its spot. All right, here we are, lining up. Runway 28 left. Wow, beautiful aircraft. Okay. We'll just wait for this guy to depart and we'll be on our way. Everything is checked here. We're ready to go. All right, he's off. Let's go ahead and go.
1815, contact Manchester. 1815.
Check out the engine sounds. Very nice. A little forward pressure on the yoke.
Yeah, 31 North Tower, 2 Whiskey, line up point.
80 knots.
Check.
B1. Rotate.
All right, here we go. Right, and positive rate of climb. Gears going up. Wow, look at that. That looks absolutely gorgeous, guys. Wow. Okay. Looks very, very nice. Okay, let me just do one thing here. We're gonna decrease the range here a little bit so that we can see. All right. Let me pitch down a little bit here and gain a little bit of speed. Let's go ahead and track the flaps. Gear to the off position. Can we actually? No, we have to turn that on. Okay, let's just make sure this is on heading. Okay, and we're a little bit off here. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous. All right, let me set this to 250 knots. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. Right, so we can go flight there and heading select, and then we'll select that, and that should keep the speed and should keep us also on course. So now we have the autopilot. Now you'll see that the aircraft is going to turn, and it is now correctly following the autopilot. The speed is a little bit too much, and it keeps increasing. So I am not sure why. Let me bring this back a little bit. So what am I doing wrong here? The aircraft is definitely climbing, but yeah, let's see if that brings the speed down. I'm sure I've done something wrong, but you can see now that with heading select, we're actually following the flight route. So you switch this to heading, and then you click on this little button here, heading select, and that will take the aircraft to hopefully the desired altitude. Let me see here. What do we need to do? Do we need alt hold on? Not sure. If I click on alt hold on, will that change anything? I'm really not sure. I wonder when we will start to see X-Plane 12 only aircraft. Remember, this is not IS hold, as is the authentic SB. Yes, correct. Yeah, it will not hold the IS. So I think we need to. I think we need to adjust the pitch climb here. So let me see if we can increase it a little bit here. There we go. Let me turn that off. And yeah, that indeed works. So this is the pitch command. So we're pitching up a little bit. And I think that works right. Use CWS. CWS, where is that? CWS, where is the CWS? Let me see here.
I'm not sure where that button or thing is. Control wheel steering. Control wheel steering. That here. You control the AP with yoke. Okay, so what is in here? Oh, is it that? Where? No. Control wheel. Your yoke is the pitch command. Oh, really? So what do we do with it? Do we? I'm sorry, I'm not really getting it. Okay, input a pitch command, and then the plane will hold a new pitch. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, gotcha. Oh, wow, that's very cool. Jack, is that how it is on the real aircraft? I can hear the clicks now. So, yeah, it looks like, yeah, now that's a little too much. So let me just give it a little more power. All right, 900,000. We're going to kill the landing lights. I'm going to turn off lights or off. And do we have the strobe on? Yeah, we do have the strobe on. So we're good there. We're good here. Everything here is looking good. Perfect. And we are on the flight path. So let me just bring this up and increase it a little bit. Now we can see this better. Perfect. Even the NG has this, by the way. Oh, I see. That's very cool. Okay, we'll give it just a notch more. Okay, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know why. All right, there we go. Okay, I think maybe I've overdone it. There. Okay. Now it's pitching up. Speed is too much. Definitely. Okay, let me pitch up a little more. See, I was always under the impression that if you have the autopilot running and you try to, steer the aircraft with the yoke, that it might actually disengage the autopilot. So it's good to see something sort of like an Airbus, yeah. It's implied by the default AP modes. Gotcha. All right, that's much better. Let's take a quick look at the outside. Ladies and gents, the majestic FlyJSim 732 in action. Look at that. In X-Plane 12, beautiful clouds, beautiful sky colors, realistic textures, and a masterpiece of an aircraft in the sim with beautiful engine sounds as well. Listen to that. Wow. Look at that. Hell yeah.
99 heavy, maintain 2 on ground for greater.
Very, very cool. All right, we are pitching up now. So now the only thing we need to remember is at the final altitude of 33,000 feet, we need to click here on hold. We switch this to alt hold and alt hold on in order to hold the altitude. So right now we're good, and we can see the aircraft is definitely navigating according to the entered flight plan, so everything's working exactly as it should. Very, very nice. Look at the panel work here. Look at these scratches. Very, very, very cool. Very nostalgic. For those of you who've flown the aircraft in real life, I think you're very lucky. But I think for us flight simmers, we're also lucky to be able to recreate the experience here in the sim. And it is possible with this FlyJSim aircraft. I'm very, very excited, guys, about the release of this aircraft. I've been speaking to Jack for quite some time, and it's been quite a ride, I think, for FlyJSim. But finally, the aircraft is here. You're very much in active development. And of course, if you like highly detailed aircraft, you will really appreciate the FlyJSim Q4XB, which happens to be one of the very best aircraft available for flight simulation, let alone that it is, in my opinion, the best simulation of a Dash 8 period in flight. It's much better than the Majestic software version for P3D. All right, 18,000 feet. Baro is 29902. So standard Baro is set and cross-checked. 29902. Perfect. We're crossing 18,000 feet. We need to be mindful of our speed. All right, there we go. We'll push down just a little bit.
Runway 10 center now, shift to 0. Runway 3430, expect runway 10 center now. 10 center, envoy 3430.
Yeah, you definitely have to keep managing the aircraft. It's just not automatic at all. So you're going to have to watch your speed, watch your climb, and adjust accordingly. Otherwise, you'll end up in not a very good situation, I suppose. SimFanatic is in the house. Hello, SimFanatic. Welcome aboard, my friend. Very glad to see you here. Heading to FlyJSim Expo 2026 here in a couple of days. Wish you could have made it this year, maybe next year. Maybe. Have fun, SimFanatic. It will be... I'm sure that you will do a wonderful job covering the event, so I will be watching your streams while you're there. I know Stan will be there, so hopefully Stan will give us maybe a few pictures as well. Or I don't know, Stan, did you confirm that you were actually going? But yeah, for those of you going to FS Expo, enjoy. Okay, let's see here. This should have been released years ago, so sorry guys, life became a roller coaster ride with health and family. That's we hear you, Jack. We are with you, my friend, and we definitely understand and appreciate the hard times that you went through, and we appreciate that you persevered and you came back. And this is really an iconic aircraft for X-Plane. I mean, X-Plane felt a little bit strange without FlyJSim 732 and the 727 for that matter. So very, very happy to see the aircraft back in action. And here is a quick look here at the beautiful terrain here in California. Beautiful clouds. Just X-Plane is looking amazing. Looking amazing. Okay. So one
piece of news. There is now, actually this came through FS Monitor, which is the site that I have developed as a news aggregator. So something that really blew my mind. The guys over at V-Sky Labs have developed a full RC simulator in X-Plane 12. And I haven't yet tried it, but the cost is $129. And the first thing I said to myself, this better be good. At 129, this is volume 1, so there is another volume, and it's got a bunch of RC aircraft that you can try out. So that's big news for V-Sky Labs, because and this is something very unique. Now there is an RC simulator over at Steam, and it is probably the single most expensive add-on that you can buy for FlyJSim. I think it's like $200 something. I do have it, by the way, but I just didn't find it very user-friendly, to say the least. So that's big news for X-Plane and for V-Sky Labs. I will probably purchase it and give it a spin, show you guys, what it can do and what cannot do, and whether it's worth the 129. Another news surfacing, and I have downloaded now the Dead Stick Bush Flight Simulator. I've seen a couple of videos coming out from a couple of content creators, and it looks like this is, by the way, a completely separate flight sim, Dead Stick. It's been in development for a very, very long time, and I've been following the development use on that piece of software for the longest time, and I'm very happy that the developers were finally able to release it. So that is also coming on the channel soon, as soon as I'm able to figure out setting up the controls and all of that. Then we'll definitely take it for a spin. Right off the bat, I'll tell you that it is not a fair assessment of Dead Stick when compared to either X-Plane or Microsoft FlyJSim. I think it would be a rookie mistake to compare it to either of these sims, because the philosophy behind it is very different. It is built as a bush pilot career sim, and it really has to do with you understanding and being aware of the terrain around you and things like that, and challenges like that. So it remains to be seen. I'll reserve my comments for for a later stream when I get the chance to actually take a look at it. So that is coming very, very soon. Let's see here. Unfortunately, we had a death in the family, and I'm going to need to be in Denver this weekend instead of St. Paul. Have a great Expo fanatic. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that. My condolences to you, Stan, on your loss. You'll be in my prayers, and I wish you a safe return home, my friend. Okay, so we are approaching, let's see where we are. Let me just go very quickly over here to, okay, where are we here? All right, so we're okay here. This is where we are. Yeah, I think it's going to start getting really interesting when we pass by San Luis. Yeah, I think once we pass San Luis, it's going to start getting... We are passing Monterey just now, and this area is a beautiful area to fly over because of all the mountains. The approach into Los Angeles is also a very nice approach. So yeah. So let me see here. Yeah, I don't want to push the engines more than can give it just a little bit more. There we go. The FlyJSim, if you actually push the throttles at full throttle for a little bit of time,
you will burn the engines. I can assure you of that. So you have to be very, very careful with managing the aircraft. Q8, when can we get her? I think Jack said Friday. So I think it's very soon. So you're not very far away from putting your hands on the yoke of the FlyJSim 732. Let's take a quick look at the outside, guys. And here you can see the beautiful terrain here in California as we fly across the west coast here in this beautiful Southwest livery aircraft. Very, very nice aircraft. The engines are very, very unique on the 732. And they look just really, really nice. I really love how they look. They look very agile. Yeah. Very cool. And the texturing, as if it's real metal, looks really, really good.
6,000 guys, 478. November. Rescue 4734, Chicago Bird, turning 9 left. 9 left, 4734.
Right, let's open the... there you can see the wing. The wing texturing is nice, but I think it can be improved. But overall, yeah, pretty cool. Let's go to the other side. Let me do shift here so that we go faster.
24.35.
2435.
There we go.
33
There. I think that's a nice wing view right there. Very, very cool. Look at those engines, guys. Just wow. Looks so good. Hello there, Boeing Corp Mike from Logan, New Jersey. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us this evening. Just had a moment to stop by and say hello, and before heading back to work, have a great rest of your stream, and we'll catch you later, blue skies. Thank you very much, Fanatic. I still am wanting to talk to you about something, so I'll reach out to you on Discord for a quick chat if you're available sometime next couple of days, or maybe after FS Expo. You're probably going to be busy with FS Expo in the days to come. So, we are now approaching our cruise altitude, and by the way, we're also not far from top of descent. So if we look here, 197 nautical miles. Yeah, descent to destination. Yeah, so we're not actually far from top of descent. We'll begin the descent maybe as soon as we pass. Let's see here. So maybe after the transition into the approach here, that's when we'll begin the descent. So not a very long flight, but definitely very scenic one. I like this route a lot. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, perfect. All is looking good here. All systems are good. And let's see if we can... let me bring that up here. And if we go to weather, obviously we're not going to get anything here now, but let's turn that on. So it says weather on standby. Think, turn that on. So why is, there we go. Now I have the weather on, and that's the altitude alert that we're reaching our final cruise altitude of 33,000 feet. And so what we need to do at the altitude, at the desired altitude, is manually set the altitude to alt hold. So we have it here at 33,000 feet. And we need to flick the switch up to alt hold. And then we should be able to hold the altitude and adjust the throttle for speed. I'm no longer supporting them in 3D. Because every tab, see the pop-up, I see. Got you. Much better, to be honest, Jack. The UNS and the MFD, much better. All right. So here we are. We are going to select alt hold. Okay, that's alt hold. And there we go, alt hold. So now we're going to hold at 33,000 feet. And hopefully the aircraft won't do anything funny. Right, there we go. It should now stabilize. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, I think, to stabilize. But eventually it will hold this altitude. Right, and let me bring the throttles back a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, one thing we need to do is we need to grab the ILS frequency for 25 left. So let's go to 25 left. That's 25 left. And the approach, it was 109.9. So we're going to come here and set this to 109.9. Right, and set it to the active, 109.9. Set it to the active. And we are going to also set the approach course to 251. So that's this one later. 251 is already set. Okay, perfect. All right, let's take a quick look at where we are. So we are now 163 nautical miles from Los Angeles. We are at 33,000. The platform altitude is 2,000. So that's 31, 60, 93, adding, so about 100 nautical miles, we can begin the descent towards Los Angeles. We'll do it a little earlier than that to give us some time to descend, you know, steadily and without, you know, too much, you know, we'll do it maybe at a 1,500 feet per minute so that we ensure a smooth descent towards Los Angeles. Sammy Mido, hi and thank you. Why X-Plane 12 look unreal when it's about cockpit lighting? I think it's actually looks pretty good. I think it has improved significantly from previous versions. So yeah, I think it looks just fine. Captain Panama, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Nice to catch you up live, Captain of 737 NG Max from Panama. When the 7372, oh, we have a real pilot with us, ladies and gents. Welcome aboard, Captain. Glad to have you with us here this evening. And I believe it's going to be released this coming Friday. Hi Kuwait, hello from Brazil. Great content as always. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you. Very kind of you. Right. I wish we wouldn't have all this fog here so we can enjoy the beautiful scenery, but I think once we begin our descent, we'll be able to see a lot more. This aircraft is just phenomenal. Looks so cool. Wow. Very, very nice.
CK13, just going to maintain 10,000, 10,000. 11 for 10,000 with CK13.
Look at the contrails. Very cool. The sounds are great. I think now we can see the terrain. Look at that, guys. This is X-Plane. Yeah, the new version of map enhancement and the updates they've made has made the scene look just far, far better.
And I really, really like that. Really like it. Okay, so we are looking good here. And if we look at our... I don't think we have a TD here, so it doesn't mark TD on the map. So we're fine here. And I think we can actually begin our descent now towards Los Angeles. So if I look here, yeah, 2,000, we don't want more than that. So 137, I think this is a good time for us to begin the descent. So here's what we'll do, folks. We will come here, and we're going to set this to 21, or was it 1,900? 1,900, is it? Let's just double check here. Yes, 1,900. And now what we want to do is we can do the same thing, I suppose, that we can pitch down again. So we no longer, we're going to turn that off, and we're going to turn that off. And now we can control the descent with our yoke, just like we did. So if I descend here, there we go. The CWS, as Jack has told us, and obviously we need to retard the throttles. Oh, that's a little too much. So let me pitch up a little bit. Do I need to fix this again? Yeah, let me fix that. Just leave it where it is. And yeah, we don't want, that's a little too much. I think 2,000 feet per minute is fine. There we go. And we have now begun the descent towards Los Angeles at about 2,000 feet per minute. There we go. That's a little too much. So we'll pitch up a little bit. And we just have to keep adjusting it. The assisted mode is, it really takes a lot of the workload. It really helps you enjoy maybe the aircraft a little bit more. But then it's not really the authentic way of flying the aircraft. So it is a lot more, it requires a lot more in the cockpit when you fly the authentic Sperry 77 Autopilot. So yeah, we're going to have to just keep adjusting our pitch here until we are, you know, at around 2,000. Right there. And we keep descending now. Let's take a quick look at the outside. Now here you can see the beautiful terrain here in California. Look at this mountainous terrain here. This looks gorgeous, guys. Look at that. Wow. Wow, X-Plane has never looked better. Never. Looks just really, really good.
BTK 13, reduce speed to 190. 190, BTK 13.
You need to level off stable before altitude to enable. Really not sure if he did. The way this autopilot work is a bit more rudimentary than the modern AP. Amy was very thorough in making it. I see. Well, maybe whatever I did maybe wasn't right. Maybe I did something wrong. Yeah, you have to be... For this, I remember that you have to kind of, you know, be stable. So at 33, if you're still fluctuating and you do the alt hold, it probably would not hold properly. So it keeps, you know, going from... Right, there we go. We're looking good. And what we can do is from here, we can actually fly direct to the transition point. So our transition, if we look here, is going to be, let's see, the Kirkus or Circus, whatever that is called. So what you can do here is we can fly direct to that waypoint. So to do this, we can bring up our INS and we can go to direct to, and then we're going next, and all right, where is it? Previous, this one here. So we can fly direct to number 7. So I'll put number 7 here and enter, and now the aircraft will automatically go to the transition point for the approach at Los Angeles for runway 25 right, I believe. 25 right is our arrival runway. So they give us a nice path there into, let me switch this to terrain. There we go, terrain. Right, so that shows us the path there, because we want to make sure that we clear those mountains. And we need to set our altimeter real quick here. So let me set we're going to go to Los Angeles, and from Los Angeles we are going to go to the weather, and 29901 is the altimeter, so 29901 and 29901. I think our rate of descent is a little bit too fast, so I'm going to pitch up a little bit here. There we go. Oh, somebody has just gifted. Rand Cooley, ladies and gents, is in the house. Thank you very much, Rand, for 5 gifted Q8 pilot memberships. And guys, please, if you've received a gifted membership from Rand, please be sure to say thank you. I really appreciate it, Rand. Very, very kind of you, my friends. Thanks for the support. Really appreciate it. How is the AP versus the 727? I think Jack can probably comment on that, but I very much prefer the Sperry 77. All right. So far we've used the we've used the autopilot here, the authentic. Maybe I should show you guys also the the assisted mode. But in the assisted mode, I've had some issues with alt hold, so I'm not sure if we should do it today or keep it for another time. I just think we're just pitching a little too much here. So what do you guys think? Do you guys want to see the assisted mode as well, or should we continue with the authentic autopilot? Your call, guys. Let me know in chat. Are you using the Moza flight yoke? Yes, sir. I definitely am using it, and I am actually loving the Moza yoke. It's very, very cool. Wow, look at this beautiful terrain here as we arrive into Los Angeles. Very, very cool. Yeah, so I reduced our rate of descent a little bit. That will help us slow down and slow down the descent as well. As you can see here, this is a lot of mountains here in front of us. So this is what things look like. Wow, look at that, guys. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Wow, looks really, really good. Really good. I think it's not easy to adjust the right sync rate. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Try the assisted mode, please. All right, so you guys want to see the assisted mode. So with the assisted mode, what is going to happen is we are going to have an IIS here, and then the alt hold should be automatic. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to come to the options, and from here we're going to click on assisted. Okay, and now we can see that there is the, if I turn this off and turn this back on, now it should actually hold that speed. the speed that we select here in the, you see that? You see how the aircraft is now reducing speed? Because I have this set as at 250. So it's going to go to 250 and hold that speed. So in a lot of ways, it does help with managing the aircraft, managing the workload in the aircraft. So yes, it will reduce the workload in the cockpit, that's for sure. And we'll continue there now. We'll continue. And it will adjust the rate of descent as well accordingly to manage that speed. Right now I have the throttles at idle, so it should actually manage that for us. Okay, we're looking good here. And just if we pass this area, then we're fine. There we can make the turn then towards Los Angeles, and we should be okay. All right, I'm just going to give it a little bit of power here. Okay, there we go. It will adjust. As you can see now, because I added a little more throttle, it is adjusting the rate of descent to maintain the speed. This is assisted mode, so it has its advantages for sure. And then it would show them the gravel kit when on the ground. Yeah, for sure. I think we did take a look at it in the very beginning of the stream, but we definitely can show it again once we arrive. Maybe we'll take it to a gravel runway. In the initial video that I did, I took it to a gravel runway, and the feeling is really, really nice when you have it on a gravel runway. It's very, very cool. All right, so if we look here, we are approximately 55 nautical miles, so we're doing just fine, and we'll keep the aircraft descending at the current rate. There's no need for us to rush the descent in any way, shape, or form. We're looking just fine. One thing I do want to check is, let's see here. Okay.
119.9, horizon 2544.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I am going to hold just to check with you guys. I'm going to hold at 11,000. How about that? Let's hold at 11,000 and see if it actually works. Actually, let's do 11,500. 12,000. Let's see what happens at 12,000. Now it should hold at 12,000 exactly, because we have this in assisted mode. Now I've had issues with it previously, but let's see what happens now. Okay, that's okay. It doesn't look like it. I don't think that it did the hold, so I'm going to just flick hold here. And we're just going to give it a little bit of throttle here to maintain our speed. Okay, let's adjust that. Now, what happens if we select IAS? Does that actually work? Looks like it does. Okay, I'm going to take this down a little bit here. Yes, correct. The IS means exactly like the then it leveled off immediately. Now it's flying like the Dash 8. Sorry, IS means this. Yeah. It should actually hold now, and it has the altitude hold. If I click here, alt hold, that should hold the altitude exactly where it is now. And we want to begin the descent shortly. So right here, right after we pass these mountains, we'll begin the descent again. But definitely there are some mountains ahead. So we want to, I think we're actually a little bit too low. But I think we should be able to clear those mountains. Wow, look at that, guys. Wow. It looks really, really good.
United 681 tower, wind 1507, runway 22 left, clear to land. 22 left, clear to land, United 681.
Use the pitch knob in the MCP. You mean this one here? Where is it? This one? Got you.
2 left at land jazz 942, thank you.
All right. As soon as we clear those mountains ahead, we will begin the descent again. We're still about 34 nautical miles from the waypoint, so we should be fine. And for the approach today, we're going to definitely hand fly the aircraft. So let's get the V card. So for the landing, we are going to do flaps 30. So we're going to set the bugs. Everything here is set. 138 for VREF. And the bugs are set, so we're good. We're going to come also here and set this to medium. So that is also set. And we can also set the speed brakes. Speed brake is armed. Okay, perfect.
Okay, I'll be moving here in just a minute. They're showing gate 85, but I'll take it.
All right, very cool. So go to IS first and disable alt hold. Okay, so we've disabled that. IS is a vertical mode. I see. Right, we're going to begin reducing our speed here a little bit. All right. We'll just give it a little bit more time as we pass through these mountains, and then we can definitely begin the descent. We already have the ILS frequencies set up in our radios. Everything is hold off. You mean this one here is off, and that one is off. Okay, so everything is off now. All right, and then set this to IAS like that. Okay. Backseat drivers here. All right. Let's take a quick cinematics flyby here. Wow, look at that. Look at X-plane, guys. It looks just gorgeous. All right, so we're almost there. We can actually begin the descent now. So let me come over here. And we are going to set this to 1900. Perfect. And then we are going to reduce the throttle. So we'll put the throttle down. And now we can pitch down a little bit. There we go. Now we begin the descent. We don't want to do it too much. There we go.
United 634, taxiway golf, cross runway 22 right, turn right on Bravo.
All right.
Alright, golf, cross to right on Bravo.
Not very long before we arrive into Los Angeles. Actually, we can use the CMS. We can do the. We can use the CWS. Beg your pardon. The yoke is actually controls the pitch, so you can actually set it to, whatever you want. So this is actually how I achieve the current descent rate. So we're looking okay. 10,000 feet. Landing lights on, and let's see. This actually needs to go to flight. And everything else here is okay. And right then here, we can, in about 20 nautical miles, we'll begin the turn to intercept the ILS runway 25 at LAX. Let me just take a look here. I think we're looking okay. Yeah. I think if we just do the range here, I think we're just fine. As a matter of fact, we don't have to do this whole thing, do we? Yeah, I think we can definitely cut through somewhere right about there. And fly to, depending on our altitude, obviously. We'll give it a little bit of time. Yeah. Wow, this is really a very nice approach into LAX.
Shooter 15, follow that V22, checklist down, runway 24 left, wind 270 at 4, clear to land.
Very nice indeed.
Clear land number 2, 24 left, shooter 15.
Oops. What happened to my iPad here? Okay, this is the CWS, but with the pitch knob, it's easier. Yeah, it might be. It might be. Okay, all is good here. 8,500. Looking good. We can press here and add maybe more panel lights. Right here, make this brighter. All right, there we go. We're descending at about 1,000 feet per minute, and I think it's fine. No, it's quite comfortable for our passengers. You can see GS and localizer here illuminating. Let me take a quick look here at the outside. And look at those beautiful lights here at LA. Always a pleasure flying over LA. Coming through the mountainside here and making the turn back towards the airport.
Looks really, really good. All right. So if we look here, we can actually cut it a little bit shorter, and we can go to crane. So we can fly direct to crane. Let's see. We are at 6,000 feet, so I think we're fine. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to direct. We're going to go to number 8, and we're going to hit enter. There we go. There we go. And maybe we can come here and reduce the speed as well. There we go. Yeah, there is really no point in going all the way to the last waypoint, which is somewhere over there. It gives us a little bit more time for the approach, but I think we're fine. I'm going to extend the speed brake here. Okay, that's good. We can see the aircraft heading over to LAX there, so we can see the traffic. I will buy this nice airplane right for me because I'm 58 years old. Wow. You're not much older than I am, train simmer.
Tower, good morning, American 144 on the ILS 144,
Here's LAX. Wow, look at that. Looks so nice. All right, so here's the turn. Course is 252. And we are now approaching Los Angeles. Okay, now for the approach, we are going to use obviously VOR lock and then auto approach. So we'll just wait for the aircraft to, right, 1,000 feet to, now we need to hold the altitude. Let's see if it actually works this time. So we have this on IAS, and we have the hold in assisted mode. Again, my understanding is that it should hold. Are we too low? Hopefully not. Looks like we're too low, aren't we? Okay, I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to go hold. There we go. Yeah, I thought so. That's a bit too low, isn't it? Yeah, I think we might have I think descended a little bit too fast. There we go. Yeah, we are very low, yeah, for sure. But hopefully we can make it safely. But yeah, let me take a quick look here where we are. So if I increase the range, that's runway 25. at LAX. Okay, so we're just ahead now. Oop. There we go. That gives us a chance to take a look here at the terrain. Yeah, we can definitely see the sim heaven there. We need to bring this back. Right, so speed brake is armed. Much better like that.
Alright, 25 right, clear for takeoff with a left turn 210 at the shoreline for County 5.
Okay. All right, so we're going to just reduce our speed now. The airport is right ahead, and momentarily we'll switch to auto approach. We already have the ILS frequency, so next time you better approach with the TOD on Navigraph for yeah. Yeah, I think we deviated from the actual route, so instead of flying direct to KLAX, then to the transition, we deviated from that a little bit. So we can see the airport ahead of us now. I can already see the airport lights, so if I zoom in here a little bit, that's the airport lights there. So here's what we can do at this point. We can go to VOR lock. In fact, we will change this to nav, and then we'll go to auto approach, and we'll go to auto approach here as well. Okay, and that is going to align us now with the runway. You can see the the glide slope needle here and here, so we can see that it's definitely adjusting the aircraft now. And there we go. We'll just manage the aircraft that way. We're looking good. Let's bring the speed down a little bit. All right, I'm going to set it to about 180. There we go. That's a better view. And we are almost there, folks. Yes, they are definitely working on the 727. Yes, for sure. GTO's call out to the 732. Who is casting spits? All right, so we are bound for 25 right. And we are now on the localizer, as you can see. Everything is set. And we're looking good. We are about 13 nautical miles now from the airport. So if we look here, I believe this is 25, right? I'm not mistaken. And if we look here, yes, this is definitely 25, right? Okay. All right, so we're going to go reduce our speed here a little bit. And speed check flaps 5.
Okay, flaps 5.
Delta 9 with you, Delta.
We can see the glide slope needle started moving. .138 is our VREF. I'm not sure which one of these is 2.5. I think this is 2.5, right? Isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we can see that the glide slope is now active. All right, let's go to flaps 10. Let's lower the landing gear. And we'll set this to 138 knots. Seems it's bound for this runway. I think this is right, though. Right? Okay, and flaps 25, flaps 30, and let me go ahead now and take over. It seems like this is the runway. I'm not sure which one is 2.5. Oh, it's 2.5 left, not 2.5 right. Isn't it? Let's see here. Oh, that's not it. We'll worry about it later. We'll see. All right, let me just disengage the autopilot here. My aircraft.
What I see 17 at the shoreline, turn left heading 210, 25 right.
Alright, off shoreline, turn left, 210, alright, transport.
200, flight slow. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
All right, reverse screen. Ladies and gents, welcome to Los Angeles International. Not the best of landings, but I'll take it. And we'll take definitely a look at the replay in just a second here. All right, let's take a look at the approach and landing. I tell you guys, hand flying this aircraft with the Mosa yoke with force feedback is just amazing. The feel is just really very, very nice. All right, we'll just take it from about right there. There we go. Wow, look at those lights. Look at X-Plane. Wow. This looks absolutely gorgeous.
Destination 14, cross 25 left, cross 25 right, right on the belt.
Okay, cross 25 left, 25 right, Buckshot,
We did float a little bit. Wow, that's very, very cool. Well, look at those reversers, guys. Gotta love the FlyJSim 732 version 4. Yeah. Wow, this looks gorgeous. I mean, this aircraft and coming to land here at LAX That's just really, really nice. Let's do it again. And this time we'll do it from multiple. All right, let's do 5. We can't see anything from the control tower. We can't see anything here. We'll do this one. Very, very cool. We have got to do this one more time, guys, with the wing view. So let's do that. There are a lot of incoming aircraft as well. Right, so let's do that. Here we go. Look at that view. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Just amazing. Wow. Very, very cool. Okay. All right, so one thing I think Jack wanted me to show you guys, I think I showed you in the beginning of the stream, but we can actually have a gravel kit. So now if we switch to the outside, you'll see it both here on the engine and here at the nose gear. So this aircraft is definitely capable of flying into and out of gravel runways. And it's got the equipment now to do it. All right, let's retract our flaps. Turn on the taxi lights, runway off, landing lights off. And this goes to off as well. Perfect. Strobes are off. I think we can just go right here and find a spot. Let's start the APU real quick. All right, APU starting. Thankfully, no aircraft on the runway. I'd love to see a good 732 in 2024. Likewise, Dougal. But you know what? I am quite happy that, FlyJSim remains to be dedicated to X-Plane 12. And by far, the Dash 8 Q400 is, and now with the 732, I mean, those two aircraft are even more reason to start flying in X-Plane, Dougal. I know you're a big MSFS fan, so I'm going to try to convert you at some point. Hopefully you will. Friday, $2 billion. Right, let's see here. I think we can take a nice spot right there. 201 Alpha.
Echo Delta 9 at the gate. I'm going to give Rent our call.
Echo Delta 9 at the gate, we'll do that.
There we go. Is that an actual? Yeah. Oh, guys, look at the light. How it actually moves. That's very, very cool. Yeah, we're not gonna worry. We just park the aircraft right there. Wow, those engine sounds are so nice. All right. Okay, so parking brake is set. And we're going to come over here. Let me actually, before we do that, let me just show you one thing. I want to change the time so that you guys can see the night lighting inside this aircraft. Look at that, guys. I mean, isn't that just beautiful? Wow. Okay, so we can load these on on the APU, and we can now kill the engines.
Right turn to Golf Alpha depart. FedEx 1742.
Okay. And we can now turn on the APU bleed. We'll leave this pack off. Installation valve. Pitos are off. Very nice with the night lighting, isn't it? Here, look at that. Look at this view here. Just how beautiful the cockpit is. Okay, so we can now turn off the anti-collision lights. And that's it. We're good to go. We can come now. I think you can go to the doors. And you can open the door. Open that. You can open those for maintenance as well. You've got all the cargo doors, so now you can actually turn on, open all the doors. You can see how, wow, look at that. It's very cool, isn't it? Very, very cool. Wow, the animation is just amazing. Very nice. Look at the detail there, the lights on the stairs. I mean, I like those details. Those lights on the stairs. You can see the them. Come on. Okay, so you can see now the stairs deployed. We didn't probably need those doors, but you know, just to show you guys that then you've got your cargo. You've got your cargo doors open here as well, and now the passengers can disembark the aircraft.
Okay, we're straight into park for FedEx 14.
This animation costs a lot of work. Very good. Yes, it is. Yeah, that is very, very cool indeed. Well, folks, this pretty much brings us to the conclusion of our first look stream here of the FlyJSim 732 version 4 for X-Plane 12. It's been a really wonderful stream. I really enjoyed streaming it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it just as much. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. Rand, thank you very much for your generous support. And of course, big thank you to Jack from FlyJSim for both being here throughout the stream and also for providing the channel with a copy of the aircraft to showcase to the community prior to its release. Well, folks, if you want my recommendation, I think it goes without saying. The FlyJSim aircraft is one that is, like I said, is an iconic aircraft for, you know, us in the X-Plane community. And this version, I think, brings additional enhancements that will not only enhance the experience, but it will allow you to fly this aircraft in different situations like gravel runways. You can use the assisted autopilot. You can use, you know, the authentic autopilot. So there are a few things that you can experiment with. Overall, this is one aircraft I highly recommend. FlyJSim aircraft always receive the Q8 pilot seal of approval, and of course my highest commendations. I definitely recommend it with confidence. It's got the sounds, it's got the look and feel, it's got the authenticity. It's definitely an aircraft you want to have in your hangar. Until we meet again, ladies and gents, please take care of yourselves and each other. I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.
Delta 428, winds 210, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff, right nav, right.
Delta